Hi everyone, this is Karen Juliet Caicedo, and today I'm gonna do this presentation for the 5 step of the course Reshared Pedagogical Practice. Remember that I'm cursing the ninth semester of this career bachelor degree in foreign language with an emphasis on English. And today we're gonna talk about the experience, how was my practice and also my research process with this strategy of online language community of the University UNAT. So let's continue. Let's continue with the next step. So here we have the introduction. So we need to make some steps. So I'm gonna start with the first one. My name is Karen Juliet Cuellos Caicedo. I'm 21 years old. I'm cursing the ninth semester, and also I'm living here in Medellin, Antioquia. So belong to the course of received pedagogical practice, and also I am here registered in the set of Medellin. So also I'm gonna talk about the scenario where I developed the pedagogical practice. For this semester, I choose to participate in the online language community of UNAT because of my work. I have like a schedule that is very rotative, so I cannot handle my practice in sites like in presential mode. So that is the reason that I am doing this in an online environment. So also the main characteristic of students that I were working with, just students that are university students that belongs in lowest semesters of my career in other bachelor's degrees, and that they participate to improve their level of language, so they have the opportunity to stay in the class and also to improve each ability of the language. So the name of my research proposal is the following one: exploring the dynamics of motivation and English language use in online learning environments, a study of online language community classes. So also one of the objectives that I proposed for my research activity was a general one, that was to investigate the impact of online classrooms in English modality to the motivation levels of UNAT English language learners belonging to online virtual community OLC, and to identify the factors that contribute to variation their use of spoken English in the virtual learning environments, thus enhance a teaching practice where text-based strategy and real context topic are handled to improve our online learning experience. So this is like the general objective, and also one of the specific objectives of this study is the following one: elevate students' motivation through online classes of online language community by implementing teaching strategies and competitions and games to possibly impact these motivation levels of English language learning during the community classes, and also design and implement activities that address the effects of the shift to online learning environments, and also to progress in English language learnings. So here, let's continue with the next specific objectives. The number two is cultivate positive expectation and effective language discourse in online environment by fostering dynamic teacher-student interaction and facilitate and the engaging peer-to-peer communication to enhance spoken language use in the virtual environment. Also, here we have one of the authors that I used for this research, like was Harry K. Wand, 2009, and Rosemary Tree-Bone, 2009. So this is like from the reads positive expectation. Now, the develop the third here, the third objective, the specific objective, develop and implement the dynamic activities of Bumblebee, Kahoot, and latest training and material designs in other online platforms that contribute to shaping the motivation levels to start using the spoken language in this case for this study. So this is like the objectives. Let's continue with the next slide that is aiming to explain another things about this study. Okay, so we are going to continue with this step of reflection for our this research project. So the first step that we're going to do is speak about the literary review that we check and also how was necessary for the foundation of this research process. So I have some here referrals that I work in this research process. For example, the first one by Gate M of 1987, and the name of this literally is speaking. So the study topic of this and what it was important for this is because characteristic of oral communication in second language learning, and we have here all of these characteristics that we must manage to have a good communication in oral speaking. And now here we have other referral that we managed for this study, that is Odell F. and McCarthy 2011, English collocation in use. So this book is amazing. And what was like the first objective to use this referral or this literature to this is because learning collocation will help the students to increase the range of English vocabulary. So this is gonna help them to have more confidence and to have more words to communicate. So that is the reason that we use this book to have like this research process. Now here we have the other one, Wong and also one RT 2018, the classroom management book. So in this book, we start to have like the study topic centers on effective teaching strategies and also methodologies to increase the madness of motivation. That was like our principal point here of this research study. So with this literature, we have like the key principle strategy to help to create a conducive learning environment that helps to increase the motivation and also help to students to start talking. So that was like the first reason that I used these books. Now the other one, it was like 1C Burns A 2012. So, Teaching and Speaking Analytic Approach by the Cambridge University Press. So, this is like is relating the factors that influence spoken language use. So, this is very important, and I found this kind of literally like the first kind that I have to study to understand how we can increase the motivation of the students to start speaking more and also to participate more in the classes that are online environments, because one of the most important things is to know how to speak, because we have like interactions that are like very different and we cannot see the students. We are unable to see how they can react to some activities or also to some teaching topics that we are teaching to them. So this is very important that we have like the manage of the speaking oral communication. This is very very important, so that what that was the reason that I choose this kind of literary review. Now, let's talk about the process that I developed for executing the research and also the activities that I developed and designed with the students to improve this motivation to start to use the language. So here I create some surveys and questionnaires, also class activities, and also here we have like the technique of adding technological resources to our class. So one of the most important tools that I use for my classes to improve the motivation was Bumblebee, Kahoot, and also Lyris training, because these tools are amazing. We can start to create here. I'm sorry for that. We can start to create interactive activities in online environments, and this is the way that we can attach the attention of our students. So that is the reason that I create these activities, the kind of activities in my class to increase the principal objective of this research process. So let's continue with the next slide. Okay, so let's continue with the discussion and the major findings and conclusions that we have for this research process. So here the discussion is examining research on the effects of online environments on student motivation before having like a discussion on the impact of the online classroom modality and motivation levels. So here the discussion is to talk about the research on the possibilities and difficulties to inspire these students in online learner environments, and also emphasize how the project activities use interactive teachings experiences and techniques such as games competitions to raise the motivation levels, as I do in my practice. So the conclusion that we have for this is that we are here to help the students to increase the motivation, and also this study do help us to improve and also to know the relationship between the online classroom modality and the motivation levels and English language use, because here in this online language community we have some key findings that impact the motivation. I'm sorry. So remember, online learning has both positive and negative effects on learning's motivation. The benefits include increase the convenience and access to these technological approaches and feelings of isolation that they have. So we have here to the advantage to mitigate this challenge and maintain high motivation levels using this kind of activities that are very creative and also are very attaching the attention of them. So the also the two the second thing that we have here as a conclusion as the factors that influence also the English language use online are multifaceted, include learners and confidence in speaking, in the perceptions of the support from peers and structure. So remember that this study emphasized the need to consider the unique aspects of online learning when designing language education programs. So by understanding the influence of the motivation and language use, we as teachers we can create targeted strategies to support and enhance the learner's experiences. Further, the research is need to explore here the other dimensions of online languages learning, and also to identify engagement and language proficiency. So this is gonna be helping us to or learners are going to achieve their goals and also are going to improve their abilities of the language. So this is my presentation. I appreciate that you keep up the final part. Thank you so much for seeing this presentation. I hope that this could be very useful and also very understandable for you. So thank you so much and bye bye.